Welcome to Robyn's Roost. I'm back here in my Minnesota cave. I'm not sure why, but it always seems so dark in this room on the camera, but it really is a super fun room to be in. It's filled with stuff, which maybe makes it a little bit oh unzen like if you're wanting calm. But I tell you, if you want to create, this is a great place to be because all you have to do is reach out and grab stuff. So, anyways, today I want to play with the Gone Fishing stamp set, and we're going to be working on coloring the fish. Is my main thing that I wanted to show you today on these cards. There's a two-step stamp, but when you stamp it, it leaves some of the fins still white. So I wanted to show you how I solved that problem. So let's just flip the camera and I'll show you how I did it. So we're going to be playing with the Gone Fishing stamp set and dies. And this one is, it's got some fun fish. I'm not much of a fisherman. I love to eat the fish that my kids catch. I don't clean them. I don't even usually cook them, luckily. But I do love to eat them. So this could be a great Father's Day, guy's birthday cards. I have a daughter-in-law who loves to fish. Probably could make a good card for her birthday. But what we're going to be working on is this guy here. Let me just move this stuff out of the way because I do have the stamps mounted. And I'll bring in just a scrap of white cardstock. Maybe I better flip it over. It looks like there's something on it. And we're going to start with some Lost Lagoon ink. Kind of a pretty fishy color. It's kind of that blue-green. And we're going to stamp the outline of the fish. This fish has, it's a two-step stamp. So we're going to do his outline in Lost Lagoon. And then we're going to pull in some Calypso Coral to color him in with the fill-in stamp. Now his little fin isn't colored. And I'm going to try to get him lined up without putting my head in the screen. We'll see how it works. Pretty darn close. I'll call that one a win. Now I'm going to add some lemon lolly to the parts that didn't get any color from the stamp, and I'm going to do it with a blending pen. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the lemon lolly off of the corners of my ink pad. You could also squish your ink pad together and pick it up off of the lid. And I'm just covering everything that's white. Except for the white around his eye. I want his eye to really kind of show out. And then all of these little dots. Then once we have all of that done, we're going to bring in, let's close this. We're going to bring in a Wink of Stella brush, because when you pull a fish out of the water, he's all shiny. So we're going to make him look wet and shiny. Trying to see where I missed, if I might have missed any, to try to catch it in the light. He looks pretty shiny. We'll let him dry for a bit, and then I'll cut him out. While we're waiting for him to dry, we can go ahead and assemble the card pieces here. Now this is a piece of the matching paper. Let me go grab that paper. Okay, it's called Let's Go Fishing. I can never remember the names. So it's 12 by 12, which I really prefer the 12 by 12 paper. It just gives you so many more options. And probably my favorite piece is this. Oh, as I just crinkled my corner. This one here. See if you can see it. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of a, I don't know, it's just perfect for a guy card with the light colored background. And then the piece we're using here, and of course it has like kind of like a map, I think, on the back. And then we've got some, oh, I must not have quite opened that right. We've got some flies on some green and some flies on the tan. And let's see. This one is some fishing rods. And some more fish. And then if we flip them over, oh, that's kind of pretty. It's like boards in blue, which is kind of different. This is like a net. And that's our map. It's on the back of the piece we're using. Just some pretty browns. That must be pecan pie, I'm guessing. And just some gray stripes. Let's see, is there another one? Yep, I think there's one more we didn't look at yet. And here's a pretty gingham. Almost seems like there should be one more. Oh, that's the one we used. So that's the Let's Go Fishing paper. So I've cut this to 3 3/4 by 3 inches. And we'll go ahead and adhere this on. And then I'm going to wrap a piece of the balmy blue and white variegated ribbon on here, just to give it like a little bit of what would you call it? Kind of a soft transition from the watery part to the greeting part. Okay, now let's go ahead and put this on. The other thing I often do is I think I'm going to put a ribbon on, and then I glue my piece down to my card base and forget to put the ribbon on. Any of you ever do that? Okay, so let's get her centered here. So now our base is ready, and we're going to die cut our fish and put him on there. There's a die that matches him, but we're also going to stamp this Happy Father's Day greeting, and let's do that with the Misty Moonlight ink, which I did not have pulled out. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. So this is going to go there. So we've got this fun bobber. We're just going to go ahead and stamp this. And this one also has the fill-in color. So we're going to do that in red, because I think of bobbers as being red always. No, they probably aren't always, but so we're just going to do this in the red. Okay, Okay, let me just think. Let's go ahead and die cut these two pieces. So here's our little fish and our bobber. I'm thinking maybe over there. And while I just realized that I didn't show you this beautiful set of dies. So the thing that actually attracted me to this set when I purchased it was this tackle box. And I actually thought about using it as more of a shadow box, but so you've got the two different sizes. You've got like an outside and then the lid, you know, or whatever, where you have the different sections of your tackle box. And I don't even know what all of these fun dies are for, because I just opened this. But we've got our fish and some lures. I'm going to have to figure out how these water, maybe, where the fish is jumping out of the water. This looks like splashes on an edge. Some buoys, some big hooks. Lots of fun dies in there to play with. I think I'll be doing some more cards with that one. As a matter of fact, I've decided that my June card class is going to be using this stamp set. So let's pop this guy up, get some dimensionals, and we'll pop him up. We'll get our Father's Day greeting on here. So there, that was a pretty simple, quick card to make. There is, let's see, where's that greeting I was going to put on the inside? So glad that you're my dad. And we'll just go ahead and stamp that on the inside. Again with the Misty Moonlight. And I think I'm just going to leave that one fairly simple on the inside. Now, let's add a few of these in color gems. I'm thinking, oh, you know what? Let's do these instead. I had these out here for another card. Let's just put these little tiny bubbles. These are going to be bubbles, you know, like the fish is making bubbles, if I can get hold of them. Okay. Let's see. So we'll do those bubbles there. And I think I'd still like to put a couple of gems down here. Maybe the smaller ones. Oh, wait a minute. I know what we can do. Is that too big? That's too big. Let's do one there and one here. There we go. For our fishing dad, we've got a fun Gone Fishing card. Hope you enjoyed this project. Mostly I wanted to show you how I'd colored this fish. Let me just pull in, here's another card that I did. This one, using the same stamp set, coloring the fish in the same way. He was punched out with the dual oval punch. And this card was made for a challenge that I was working on where you had to use a punch. So I combined both the punch and the die set on this one. And then I wanted to use this Good Things Come to Those Who Wait greeting. But if you see it, it didn't fit where I wanted it quite. It was a little bit too big to fit in here. So I cut it up into pieces and added it that way. So remember, you can always tweak your greetings a little bit by either cutting them apart, and then you can even stamp them in different colors to add a little bit more color to something, or you can mask off words, and maybe not stamp the whole thing. So thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed these fishy cards here at the Roost, and be sure to give your dad a big hug if you're able on Father's Day.